Hi, this is Dave Dirks with the Central Willamette's Business Edge podcast. I'm here today to talk to you about a subject that, you know what, it's about websites. And my question for you today is if you have a website, and most every business today has a website. I remember when, I'm dating myself here, when websites were like really kind of new and everybody was like, oh, I'm going to have a website. It was a big deal. And most businesses, when they open, that's probably the first thing that they do, especially if they're going to be doing any e-commerce at all. They're going to have a website. But I still see as a marketer, small businesses not necessarily leveraging a website in the ways that will help them not only build local brand awareness, but also to drive business, which is half the battle. So whether or not your website sells product or services directly, or it's used to promote your business, if you have a retail business, here's some things I think might help you to kind of listen in on. First of all, if you have a website, most of you are able to track the number of visits. And if your website visits are low, that's problematic. Avi, right? But I know a lot of businesses, when I talk to them, I was like, do you even look at the number of people that are visiting your site at any one time, last month, last quarter, last year, last week? And invariably, the answer is, oh, we really don't know, or we don't track it. Because it's just out there. People build websites, and it's so easy now. Back in the day, it was really expensive to build a website, especially have an e-commerce website. Now, with a lot of the online tools that are available, you can have a website up in a couple of hours, and even the more sophisticated e-commerce websites that used to cost $1 gazillion, now as a small local retailer, no matter where you are here in Oregon, you can have a website. The challenge is, though, if you're not promoting that website, you're missing out. One of the quickest ways that I know, and I've done this for a while now, to promote your site, especially if you have a unique service or a product that you want to sell, is to go to Google. Google, search engine marketing. It's a very cost-effective way. You set the budget, basically. You build the ads, and when people are searching for your services, remember, 80% plus or minus of all search is done through engines like Google. And Google's the largest. So I'm really speaking about doing Google. When you go in and you search for, I don't know, I do a lot of fly fishing. So I'm searching for, a fly rod, for example. I'll type that in, and up will become I'll get some ads there. And then, of course, there's organic search underneath it. You want to be one of those local businesses that come up on the top 1, 2, or 3 when I'm searching for something that you have. People are very precise about what they're searching, and search engine marketing, which is a whole course by itself. There's plenty of resources out there to teach you how to do search engine marketing. Google itself offers you the ability to promote yourself and promote your website. But what happens is I'm searching for your goods. I click on that ad because it aligns with what I'm looking for in my search, and I land on your website. That's one easy way, and an expense-controlled way. You can manage it. If you have $50 a month, $50 a week, whatever it is, to be out there doing search engine marketing. And the better you get at it, you'll see the results, because you'll start to see measurably more people visiting your site. And if you have a e-commerce site, you'll be able to connect them to your product or service pretty easily. Hopefully, that's the thing. The other thing I want to keep, if your website doesn't do anything, like if people land on it, and I see these local smaller websites as I kind of look around, they don't really do anything. It's not like they're selling a product or service. It's like, I'm not quite sure what the purpose was of even having the website. So you really have to think very purposely. If I'm going to spend any amount of time and money building a website, what do I want people to do? What is the call to action? So we went to your site. So you get me to go to your site because I clicked on your ad, and then there's nothing there. It's not like I sign up for a free newsletter or, can I look at products? I mean, it sounds really basic, but you'd be surprised how many people haven't thought through exactly what you want a consumer to do when they land on your site. How do you want them to, where do you want them to go? Where should they go? And of course, as you learn more about the way people use your site, you'll be able to kind of modify your site and change it so it's more consumer friendly, and it's easier in less clicks to get the information they need. The other thing I see too is people miss the opportunity to offer content. Like when I go to a site, let's just say it's a site, I'll pick on fly fishing since that's one of my hobbies. Typically, if they're offering like a PDF book on a certain subject of tying a certain type of fly, or maybe it's about a river that I'd like to fish, and they offer me free content, I'm going to tell you 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go for it. Even if I have to give them my information, maybe I have to share my email address. Usually, if it's presented well and it's really valuable content and it's free, I'm probably going to do it. And many people do. So make sure that if you offer a site, try to offer something for free out of that site. Usually it's valuable content. Maybe it's a guide for the kind of business that you're in, like how to buy a product that you're looking at. How does a buyer, what are the ways that they should be thinking about buying any product, whether it's for you or anyone else? So content is another opportunity. And the other thing too is, I know everybody says, I need a website, but maybe a website isn't what you really need. What you really need maybe more to focus on is maybe a blog and a YouTube channel. There's plenty of other media opportunities out there that might be more appropriate. I love YouTube, by the way, because YouTube is next to Google's search engine. YouTube is the largest search engine in the world. So Google owns both of them. YouTube is great. I type in, tying Japanese kabari trout flies. I'm going to find videos that are related to that. And if you're a smart business person, you can create some videos that are instructive, that help people, that are interesting, much like a podcast, that drive people back to your website. So make your website compelling. Make it interesting that people will actually want to go there. And if they go there, they'll actually want to stay there for a few minutes, not a few seconds. This is Dave Dirks. I hope you got something out of this podcast. If you'd like to find out more about us, check out www.centralwcu.org. Have a great day.
The information provided here is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any financial decisions.